Get ready for sports news and entertainment. All right here, your 7 minutes with Simmons starts right now.
It's time, baby. I'm back. You're back. The GOJHL's back. Hockey's back. All right? And it's all this weekend. We got like 45 games this weekend and then like 50-something games next week, all in the GOJHL. And I could not be more excited to be right back here. Welcome back to the show, guys. Episode 75 of 7 Minutes with Simmons. I'm your host, Christian, with all your GOJHL rumors, stats, standings, goals, saves, you name it, man. We're here to unpack everything for the 2025-2026 season, and we got our first game to dive into here in the regular season, so we're going to do that. And we're also going to take a peek at this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, there's an absolute ton of games, as I just mentioned, about 40-something happening this weekend in the league's opening, weekend as we kick things off. There's going to be a ton of home openers, way too many to mention, but we'll go in and we'll maybe highlight a couple of the main ones. And then, like I said, we're going to dive into game number 1, which was last night, Wednesday, September 10th, in LaSalle at the Vulmer Rec Complex. The London Nationals get into the win column first. The Vipers fall on home ice in overtime. So both teams walking away with some points. Not a terrible start for the Vipers, but a display of some very young and very talented defensemen here at the Vulmer Culture. All right, London gets it done, though. We'll go right back to the beginning, and it's Cooper McCaslin at 1937 in that first period. This game couldn't have been a stronger start. Both teams in it in that first period, and McCaslin gets on the board with 23 to go in period number 1. He opens the scoring. Then in period 2, the floodgates open. Both teams getting on the score sheet. 5 goals for these teams combined, 2 for the Nationals and 3 for the Vipers. And they come all the way back, and they tie it up at the end of that second. The third period, a similar story. Both teams with a goal apiece. And then in overtime, it's Cooper McCaslin again with the overtime winner. And what a debut for this guy. And for both of the talented defensemen on both sides of the ice. We'll start with Cooper McCaslin. He had the two-goal night. One in the first goal for London, and then he had the last goal for London. And Cooper McCaslin, being that 2009-born second-round selection of the London Knights this year, has a great future ahead of him. 6 foot tall, 174 pounds from Bowmanville, Ontario. Great start for his junior hockey career. 2 goals for 2 points and a game-winning goal on the road as the Nationals take a big-time victory. And for LaSalle, on their side of things, they get a very talented and very big defenseman going here early. You know, if you take a look, it's Grady Spicer, his wheels turning both in that second period, but he had 2 as well. And for Grady Spicer, he is a Clarkson University commit in the NCAA Division I for 2027 and 2028. He's selected in the 4th round by the Windsor Spitfires in last year's draft. Played for the Brockville Braves in the CCHL. Had about 20 points in 52 games and 100 penalty minutes. So he can drop them and he can get scrappy. Exactly what you're looking for in LaSalle. He had a 3-point night last night for the 6'4" defender, 190 pounds out of Brockville, Ontario. 2 goals and 1 assist. So defensemen on the board in that first game as they battled from their respective blue lines. And London gets it done. Taking a look at the power play numbers, 1 for 4 for both teams, 25%, a good start for both the man advantages. London out shooting the LaSalle Vipers 36-34. Other goal scorers in that second period, it was Brennan Dunbar, Doxeter on the score sheet as well, and Caden Wicklander, the 2008-born 11th round selection of the Brantford Bulldogs, also from last season. So lots of players making debuts for the London Nationals. Excited to see what they can do. Wicklander coming from the NOJHL, bringing his talents back to Ontario. We'll see what he can do here. And then for the LaSalle Vipers, Seth Coomber in that third period gets on the board, and Julian Gignac also scoring for LaSalle. That's his first goal of the season. Coming off a big season last year, had just shy of 20 goals, 39 points in 48 games, and in the playoffs had 2 points in their 4 games in that series. A draft pick of the Windsor Spitfires. He'll look to continue to be a big-time part of that LaSalle team. Made the top prospects games last year, and he'll look to be right back in that conversation this year. That does it for that game in LaSalle, as it's a big win for the London Nationals, and not surprised here. They come off of a very successful preseason, 5-2 in the early going for the London Nationals, and they really had, a difficult lineup of teams to play here in that preseason. And for LaSalle, coming off a difficult preseason in their own right, they're looking to hopefully find their footing here in the early going. Lots of time to do just that. Their next game coming up here on Wednesday, September 17th. They got Chatham. They got the reigning Sutherland Cup champion. So they're going to wake up. It's going to be a rude awakening back at the Volmer, as LaSalle looks to start this season on a better note. Last year, they were 4-0-1 against the Chatham Maroons, 1-4. And for them, they'll be looking at Grady Spicer and Matteo Velarde to once again lead the way. They fall in the regular season opener. And for London, couldn't have asked for a better start. We'll take a look. London back in action, I believe, on Friday. Didn't have this in front of me, but I'll take a look at it. The London Nationals are back in action. No, it's Sunday. So this upcoming Sunday, they have the Waterloo Siskins in the Waterloo Memorial Rec Complex. They'll look to do battle there. Last season, swept the series 4-0 for the Siskins. Maybe the new name change will help them find a victory against the Nationals teams. 2 teams that have rebranded for this upcoming season. We'll see what they have in store at the Waterloo Memorial Rec Complex. That's on Sunday. We'll take a look at some of the other games around the GOJHL on Thursday. So tonight, Hamilton Ayr, Strathroy and Sarnia, Brantford and Port Colborne, a brand new Port Colborne team looking to take on a Brantford Titans team who struggled in the preseason. For Pelham, they got St. Catharines tomorrow night, Friday. Pelham, a team that had plenty of success in the preseason. They go up against a talented and also very successful team in the preseason with the St. Catharines Falcons, loaded with plenty of talent. They're looking to run deep this year again, hopefully getting some revenge and grabbing a Sutherland Cup championship. For the Elmira Sugar Kings, they got the Listowel Cyclones at 7:30. Also on Friday, Sarnia and St. Mary's, Welland and Caledon. And then on on Saturday, it's Ayr and Brantford, as Brantford gets a back-to-back this weekend. Great way to get their season started. St. Catharines and Cambridge also on Saturday. Caledon and Fort Erie. Waterloo and Kamoka on Saturday night. St. Mary's, Caledonia, Chatham, and Strathroy. London and Waterloo in the afternoon games on Sunday. Also, Listowel and Elmira with a 2 o'clock puck drop on Sunday. Port Colborne and Hamilton do battle. Also Sunday in the afternoon. That's a home opener for the Hamilton Kilty Bees. We'll see you there at the Mountain Arena. Also on Sunday, Cambridge and Pelham, St. Thomas, Chatham, Ayr, Welland, Fort Erie in Caledonia. I'll be there for that one as well. 7:30 p.m. Haldimand County Caledonia Center. We'll see you there for that one. Chatham and LaSalle, 7 o'clock next Wednesday. That does it for this weekend. And what a big weekend it is. Big time start for a lot of teams. Excited to see what some of these teams have in store. Excited to see some of the new guys coming in. What kind of contributions can they make? And this is a great just way to kind of ease into the season. Lots of games, but they're all early and they're all exciting. It's the best time of year. It's the start of the GOJHL season. I'm excited. You're excited. I'll be there. Hopefully you'll be there. If you can't make it, Flow Hockey or flowsports.hockey.ca. Be sure to catch all the action on the live streams. If you enjoyed the episode, maybe drop a comment. Punch that like button. There's a bell as well so you don't miss a single episode. We'll see you next time. Hey.